Football versus Hodgkin's lymphoma. Which will win? First quarter. Eric Berry.
Look, this is not an ACL. This is not a finger. Eric Berry beat cancer and then came out and played at an all-pro level.
Eric Berry on the field for the Chiefs after the diagnosis. Last year, lymphoma, chemotherapy, missed most of last season.
Hey, let's go. We dominating all day. Dominate all day. Family on 2. 1, 2, bam.
Eric Berry was a complete safety coming into the league. He played safety, he played corner, he was a multi-dimensional player coming into the NFL.
He was the first Chiefs rookie to go to the Pro Bowl since Derek Thomas.
Handoff fumble! It's loose on the left side of the field! It was Eric Berry, and the Chiefs get a takeaway.
You know what, Eli? You know what, Eli?
Berry's successful career would take a tragic turn midway through the 2014 season.
And further tests on Chiefs safety Eric Berry have confirmed the team's fears. A mass in his chest is Hodgkin's lymphoma. His doctor says it's very treatable. Berry issued a statement thanking his many well-wishers and saying he'll attack this like he does everything else in life.
At that point, you're not thinking about football. You're just thinking, this guy has cancer. That's one of those words that doesn't sound right under any circumstance.
When provided with the options as to how he wanted to receive his chemotherapy, Berry chose an IV over a PICC line because the IV would allow him to continue working out. Because of this, he was able to stay strong and actually gain weight during his treatments.
Throughout his cancer treatments, Eric Berry was continuing to work out.
Berry would conquer his cancer and return to the field only 8 months later.
The cancer survivor, Eric Berry, from chemotherapy to the Pro Bowl.
When you come back from chemo in the off season, and then you're a Pro Bowler the next season,
to battle cancer and to go through everything that he had to go through on a personal level and get back out on the field playing professional football at a high level for a playoff team is unbelievable.
Eric Berry, his second big defensive play of the game.
Though Berry would be released from the Chiefs in 2018, he still defied the odds and beat Hodgkin's lymphoma. Second quarter. James Conner.
From day one, I've always just tried to, lead by example and show my work ethic off. So it was easy for me to, get comfortable here and make great friends with my teammates, and they all became brothers to me.
James Conner has always set the bar high at the University of Pittsburgh. As a true freshman, he broke Tony Dorsett's bowl game rushing record, and as a sophomore, he was named ACC Player of the Year. But in the first game of his junior year, an MCL tear would change Conner's career and his life.
You just crying like a baby, because you work so hard, and then the season is taken from you just like that, so it's tough.
Before Conner could resume his role in the backfield, life dealt him an even more dramatic setback.
When I was rehabbing for the knee, when I was running, lifting weights, I was having pressure in my head and just not sleeping well at night. I was having night sweats.
A PET scan revealed a shocking discovery, a 14-centimeter tumor surrounding Conner's heart. The diagnosis? Hodgkin's lymphoma.
The mass in his chest was extremely large and was actually compressing the veins in his chest. Without treatment, this could have been fatal.
Doctors told Conner he had about a week left to live.
When I heard I got cancer, I was a little scared, but fear is a choice. I chose not to fear cancer. We're going to fight it and we're going to beat this thing.
Conner immediately started aggressive chemotherapy, a total of 12 treatments.
Although I offered it to him, he did not want this to be private or secret. He wanted to mingle with the other patients. During the course of his treatments, he would routinely walk around and talk to other patients and try to give them hope and inspiration.
Other people who get diagnosed, they don't get no press conference or nothing like that. So just wanted to tell them and show them that, everybody gonna get through it.
Conner was not alone in his battle. His coach and his teammates had his back.
I lost a dad of the same cancer at age 51, and I almost felt like I was brought here to Pittsburgh to be the head coach to deal with James, because I've dealt with it and knew how to deal with it. You just know he was, a fighter. He ain't getting knocked out. He's going to make it.
All of us consider each other as brothers. We love each other. We've been with each other for 4 years straight.
Well, it's important for anybody who's dealing with cancer not to go through it alone, and these boys never left my side. 4 in the morning, I'll call any one of them if I needed to, and they'd be knocking at the door. So, just family, man.
What was amazing about James was he would leave his treatments and then either that day or the next day be at the gym working out hard.
It was an inspiration for everybody to watch him go out there and don't tell me your knee hurts, your ankle hurts, and you can't practice. That guy's got a lot of things possibly hurt, and he's going.
I knew I wanted to get back there September 3rd for the season opener versus Villanova and run out the tunnel, so I had to be ready for it.
So we all good? Yes, sir.
Yes. May 23rd was the day I got that call telling me I made a complete recovery. 1,000 pounds lifted off, feel like I could jump a 16-inch vertical.
On opening day of the 2016 season, just 4 months after his final chemotherapy treatment, the newly elected team captain led his Pitt Panthers to victory over Villanova.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh!
When I found out I had that tumor in my heart, I thought of life or death really never came into my mind. It was more about, am I going to be able to play football anymore, because that's just what I love to do.
You didn't know what that chemo would do to his body.
It took me longer than I would like, but yeah, about game 5, game 6, I was like, okay, I'm starting to feel like the James I know I can be.
No question in my mind, he's ready for the NFL.
You just don't run across individuals like him very often, whether in football or otherwise. Between his character, his personality, his smile, his courage, this is someone I would want in my locker room.
All I want to do in life is be successful and help others along the way, so that's going through everything I've been through to get me through today. I'll go back and do it 100 times. I'm just blessed to be in the position I'm in.
Conner would eventually be drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers in the 3rd round of the 2017 draft. He would play with the Steelers through the 2020 season before signing a deal with the Arizona Cardinals for his 2 most recent seasons. Third quarter, Anthony Chiccitt.
Beginning of our high school football series as Peters Township travels to Bethel Park.
But Bethel Park's quarterback has already done something that everyone should be cheering. Rick Dayton reports.
Even at a young age, it was apparent that Anthony Chiccitt's future would revolve around athletics.
We had a little Tykes basketball hoop out in the backyard, and he'd grab a basketball and just start shooting hoops, and Dad, let's go catch baseball. Dad, let's throw a football. Dad, let's go hit golf balls. And that's all we did.
Anthony didn't just play sports growing up, he excelled. That success carried into high school, where he became the starting quarterback at Bethel Park as a sophomore. But one day after basketball practice his junior year, he noticed a lump on his shoulder.
We have to get that looked at. He says, well, I can't tomorrow, we got a game. It's our last conference game. Wednesday we have practice and I have baseball practice. So after that I'll meet you at Med Express in Mount Lebanon.
Doctors realized something was very wrong. They sent him directly to Children's Hospital for a biopsy. A few days later, they received word.
And we got the call.
On that call, the Chickitts found out their son had stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma. Matt and Kelly understandably shaken, but Anthony put them at ease.
Once they finally told me, I didn't cry or anything. Like, my parents told me, they sat me down like right there on the couch, and they were breaking down in tears and everything. And I was just kind of normal, and I just told them I'd be fine and everything will be okay.
Anthony immediately started chemotherapy, which caused extreme nausea and weight loss. More drastically, it changed his appearance.
The first time I really realized I was actually taking the SAT, and I was wearing a hat, and Like I was taking my test and I just looked to my left and on the ground and there's just hair like all over the desk, all over the ground. You know, I would just try and like kick it away so like no one would notice or anything.
Through it all, he continued to play. He started nearly every baseball game this past spring. Despite chemotherapy that ravaged his body, he underwent surgery to completely remove the mass in his chest this summer, and after that surgery, the Chiccitts got another call, this one declaring Anthony cancer-free.
It just took a big relief off my back, you know, having to worry about it. You know, it definitely keeps me clear-minded now. I haven't really thought about it since then.
Anthony has resumed his role at starting quarterback at Bethel Park. He's led the Blackhawks into first place in the conference and a spot in the upcoming playoffs. While his parents are happy to see him competing at full strength, they're even more happy knowing their son can handle anything life could throw his way.
You know that there'll never be anything he can't handle. And as a parent, it's wonderful to know, because one day you won't be here and you know that he'll be able to take care of himself and handle anything that came to him.
Fourth quarter, Anthony Chiccitt. Unfortunately, Hodgkin's lymphoma wasn't through with Anthony quite yet. He went for a scan late in his final year at Bethel Park and then went with his friends on the senior trip. Matt and Kelly got the results. Doctors had found a spot on his chest while he was away. The doctors at the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center Children's Hospital in Pittsburgh told Chiccitt that he would need a stem cell transplant. While the transplant had promising results, the toll it would take on his body is not something that could be ignored. The transplant could kill a person and make the idea of playing college football an afterthought. However, it was Anthony's only hope. In September 2020, Anthony took the chance and didn't leave the hospital for a whole month. During that month's stay, Anthony was bedridden, uncontrollably vomiting, and fighting for his life. By January 2021, Chiccitt had completed his 19th and final round of radiation. Scans were clean for the second time, and Anthony was declared cancer-free yet again. Luckily, not all the college recruiters had left, and Bernard Clark Jr. from Robert Morris University was able to offer Anthony a walk-on position. He started in January 2021, then weak and far down on the roster. However, Anthony was intent on playing college football, so he didn't tell Coach Clark everything. He was still getting preventative doses of chemotherapy every Wednesday. That following June, he decided he wanted to focus on football and discontinue his chemo, and instead spent the whole summer in the gym. By the time the season started, Anthony worked his way up to second string, and when the starting quarterback graduated the following spring, Anthony worked hard to earn the role of starting quarterback. Anthony Chiccitt and the Colonials are ranked 6th in the Big South as of February 2020, and Anthony was awarded the 2020 WPIAL Courage Award by his high school, Bethel Park. After 4 long and grueling quarters, football prevails.